Here we are at 6252 Ward Road and Lockport Road, the intersection here on the southwest corner of Ward and Lockport Roads, and the 1953 era house that will be coming down shortly, or this Monday. I wanted to be able to show the prospectus of the site as it still is prior to demolition. Wanted to get some things down for the record. This is a kind of well, I'm thinking, and it might actually, this part of it might actually date back to when Mr. N.M. Ward's house was here. And N.M. Ward was our first town supervisor, and his log cabin house stood pretty much roughly where this house currently stands. And my object today was to sort of see if anything of the old basement was still present in there. I don't think so, but it's just something I wanted to kind of look at. So this is sort of the original entranceway stairs. We are now approaching the house itself. Here we have a water well or some kind of sewer access way on this corner. Don't know whether that factors into the old homestead or not. Here we have a nice view of the exterior. And the chimney there with that kind of stylized sunburst motif. It wasn't painted like this before. It was like a permastone natural look to begin with. There's the digger for the work to be done here. That's the former Sanborn Telephone Company building right there. Architecturally significant for that one in particular. And here are the other buildings associated with the property. That building over there, that little one, probably relates to the old farm that was here and the farmstead. That barn over there is associated with the Haseleys currently, and probably had to do with another farmstead location there. That's a installation for some kind of post. So we're talking very old infrastructure. We got this block here that relates to something that stood there. I don't know if that's any kind of cornerstone or not. I don't think so, but something was in relation to that. So let's come over here and go up the actual stone and concrete way and go into the house the way they would have known it. And they see the filigree detailing, mid-century filigree. A very elegant little place that replaced the much older wooden building that would have been here before. The ruined state of things is from when the firemen who came in did their practice runs through here, just as a training tool for their guys. There wasn't a fire here, as we kind of figured from the roadway, but actually it's firemen's training. And this is the fireplace that exists yet. Mid-century, modern, very stylized fireplace, possibly built and installed by Alfred Willonick, who built my home at 6815 Ward Road. But here's a beautiful example of a mid-century modern fireplace built for a home like this, and with really good window views looking out to the east. And there's the landing and the step down part into the living room. And we are looking southward into this other part of the house. In the kitchen. Again, the ruined state of things is because of the fireman's training. Stylized glass, I'll probably take that with. That and the hat. Yeah, I mean, this has been renovated a couple of times over the years, but you can still see some aspects of mid-century motif, like pass-through windows and things like that. This was the bathroom, central bathroom, with this old-fashioned kind of vanity right in there. Got the mid-century kind of light. Oh, a toy ship in here. How about that? I like that. Probably take that with. That's cool. As an aside, you know, just gathering a couple of things to kind of take with maybe. Anyways, so yeah, obviously the training took place in here already, and in what is otherwise a nice home, but unfortunately it has to be demolished and removed so that the Tri-County ambulance people can expand their facilities. Here's the back end of the house. They've cut holes into the ceiling as part of their training. Here's the aft or rear bathroom and stall. Again, the place is not in bad shape, but it is in the way of progress, so that's the whole point of this tour, to record what's left for history. There's a nice closet in there. Yeah, so looking straight through to the living room up there. We'll now go into an area that includes, well, a revamping of the lower area. Yeah, some vacuuming stuff. Here's a stairwell that goes down into the basement area. The view looking up into the living room kitchen area. And here is the garage addition installed fairly recently with the sump pump unit. And because this house is on a kind of hill, the water egress in here is relatively minimal. I also came down here to check out the foundation of the place to see if anything of this relates to the earlier home. Again, probably not, but I just wanted to have a look around anyways. Here's a canning. I got all your cans here. And looks like an old-fashioned cistern kind of thing here. Don't know whether that has anything to do with the old house. I don't think so. This looks all new, the concrete. In other words, 1950s. So that's a decent furnace right there, if that still works. I wish I could pull that out. But here's some wood paneling along the one part of the basement, indicating a kind of rec room was here, as was common in the mid-50s, 60s. Yeah, probably had some kind of bar down here. That's a wooden cabinet. Continuation of the cistern. And flooring. And the rest of the basement there. Here's a couch from upstairs or somewhere with wood paneling. So from what I can tell, this is a downstairs basement bedroom at one point down here, and other living quarters. I mean, somebody else was living down here. So kind of closet. Yeah. I mean, all of this will be demolished and imploded onto itself on Monday starting. Now, I don't know who this family is. I don't believe these are the last owners, but I can't necessarily confirm that one way or the other. They relate to this residence somehow, but I don't know how. So looking for anything, historical about this residence somehow, but nothing much here. A lot of junk. A lot of just stuff. So that is basically the 6252 residence that is soon to be gone. I love the sort of skylight right there, or stained glass imitation motifs. Very handsome little living room. So this is Justin Higner, Wheatfield Town Historian, September 20th, 2025.